the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Now, on the 27th of August 2025, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama dinani chirimu was Singapore. Now, he was on a 5-day working tour. There were 2 countries, Japan and Singapore. Now, in Singapore, the president met with Singaporean leaders and investors. Now, Kachira won say Ghana abaye a right climate for investment. And Ghana has become a reliable gateway to the continent of Africa. If you want to talk about investment, hence the call on Singaporean investors to invest in this country so as to reap the right benefits for their various businesses. Now, in fact, a commodity so na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Singaporean investors say, and they, because of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and the area being Ghana as a center in Tino, or may across some $3.4 trillion market. Yeah, a potential marketer are ready for harvest by any foreign investor. Now, after the talk, and Omo Debatu Yanum say, Omo has secured $1.2 billion worth of investment from Singapore. A bibekwa into TVET education. A bibekwa into infrastructure for civil servants. A bibekwa into agro business. Nina from Singapore. And tina ya nijisem. Now my engineer say this huge investment ebeba na abewura the Ghanaian economy, looking at circumstances surrounding the difficulty in securing jobs by the youth. Na sa dream yi nyamia nim no kwanim ni aton so mu ansa, because ene wonu ani kire mu the Africa Confidential magazine na omo akotu a Singaporean journal, yeah, your friend, Singapore in Focus, written by 2 very renowned Singaporean journalists, Ka Tan Wo and sh0ck. No much more. No, I'll follow various Singaporean investors, Jumo Mudi in Ghana. Any outcome, Omo Seka, and then Omo ready of a high court ruling in favor of a Singaporean investor, your friend Mr. Ka Tan Wo. Now, almost almost a ruling, no, Singaporean investor be. Ya na agene say, obe invest millions of dollars or my or more looking at the NDC. Now, almost sign air call on our government. Says Sana Ghana. Your environment in it here for international investors in there. There is no need for the Singaporean government to invest billions of United States dollars into an economy. Yeah, a tribal in duping. A DNT a journal like Singaporean and Singapore in Focus. And Babeka Sansi. Nina, I know a high court ruling in Ebetoja between NDC's Greater Accra Regional Chairman, Mr. Ashimo, and a Singaporean investor, their friend Mr. Khan. Na enra na ayarehosem yipa. Ni na se wodo ani kiremu ewo Accra High Court Jurisdiction 10. Judge ni awoti adwam rule say every single property including money, yeah, NDC regional chairman Mr. Ashimo ajedia free Mr. Ka Tan Hobiano. Omama no 24-hour ultimatum or refunding or returning all the properties to Mr. Khan, because all the properties were not acquired legally. 24 hours ultimatum. Na OSHA court documented damani ya ya yeba be wuramu enche yeba wuramu ya na ekire adekodie ntia jana your friend Singapore in focus ka akire omo investors say Ghana enye a ripe environment for investment say omo investor to be bo man yimu e ma ye chinchim ni nsa chim ni nsa fa na chi mane boka twitwi die say ya say nye the core of the land at the Roma and can execute criminal trial get no then they don't think this country has the right environment for Singaporean investors to thrive. Now I call document no say netie the motion paper ya judge ni ken kan kire mu a this Singaporean businessman NDC national chairman or NDC regional chairman, Greater Accra regional chairman, Asimo, Ekachre ni say one. Ome invest $1.5 million into the NDC's campaign towards the 2024 general elections. Now, yes, our investment in one party niba power. Omobe award no millions of dollars. Ya energy contract. The electricity campaign of Ghana. For this investor to supply electric cables to the company. Now, this Singaporean investor, according to the Singapore Business in Focus Journal, Chiroma, he is a cable manufacturer. Or you'll be able manufacture electric cables in Singapore. Yeah, according to the Singapore newspaper, Papa Woska or a huge investor. And to know baby Okobiano. Singapore by Dinechi, any Dinechi. And not in Asemi by the Singaporean embassy in Ghana, it take a huge responsibility. Somebody case yet. And back to the court case. Mr. sh0ck catch the papa say, why invest $1.5 million in for NDC campaign because and you no dia dan say omo potential winners of the 2024 general elections. Then I mean, I'm doing Winia. No huge $1 million contract. Electricity company of Ghana. I'm gonna supply electric cables. And so wow. The motion paper presented to court and they see this Singapore newspaper and the Biaken kind of side to say huge sums of monies accumulating to millions of dollars. I need your man quote specifically. Was received by NDC's Greater Accra Regional Chairman Ashimo using the name of the President John Dramani Mahama. In WhatsApp correspondences attached to the motion paper, Mr. Khan offered instances to court where Mr. Ashimo suggested that the President wished to have full conversations with him in furtherance of the business intentions of the parties to the instances. And apart from $1.5 million, Greater Accra Regional Chairman Ashimo, this Singaporean businessman, a man did NDC campaign. Or say, court documents say, or sign the GC Kahudobia and also amount to millions of United States dollars. Say, Obenya other businesses. Ya ni nyina na dinya no ode hiji seska no. Ne Ghana man panyini. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, ade na ya wo ho ni. O we call document na. $1.5 million ni ko wiye no. This Singaporean businessman say kire mu say, o sign to $800,000. Edema the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the NDC. Say obe onu ebe send the agiramu. Now I fast track it. That particular deal. Now NDC ba power. Quickly, they sack this ECG contract to supply electric cables. Now interestingly, according to Mr. Kanta, the Singaporean investor, Sikano Bedi campaign which is $1.5 million. Now $800,000 ni kodi Mr. Ashimo ho wiye. Busumi mienu na onte. The NDC's Greater Accra Regional Chairman no onte nika. Several calls no onte nika. And the NDC Regional Chairman no kasa frɛ no after said the NDC are winning elections. Near swear in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the president. Or friend say, Commander on any day, they said, dear, where be the Funania boy into one free Singapore no Ghana. Now, Omunsim Kunya and the deal once. Now, according to the court document, Mr. Ashimo, let me be specific here. Can I say, Omra between the 28th to the 30th of May 2025. And while Mr. Kanta, this is Kabede Marie, and will oblige you to the request of him. Interestingly, say, Nya the Pabone Sam, and will be an address of Woya. A DNT investor be pumping $1.5 million a year ram political campaign. Now this same investor any confidence are pumping $800,000 a year ram account to because also be fast tracking. Say the party ba power or party ba power or be fast tracking. Amanesa can this deal. Now we say date dear man nipa say Bragana within this period. Ni ko hunu mampanyi. Na nipa ne be for plane every Singapore be do Ghana. Now upon his arrival, what's in for fraud. According to this court document, Mr. Katan landed Ghana on the 28th of May. Kotokanwa Odruwa. Now Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the NDC, Mr. Sh0ck. In the company of armed men. I'm watching Mr. Katan. Dinu kotum. Obenya bail. Tu musumi mienu. Now Mr. Katan. And associate prison. The lawyers, Beyo law firm, and to me secure bail for. And on the three lawyers, and will file a case, a human right violation. And what the Accra High Court. Now, answer now file a suit to know. Now, Mr. Sh0ck, and so, in fact, I started a lawsuit at the Etia, this Singaporean businessman. Ewo Dansoman Circuit Court. Ama Dansoman Circuit Court. Atrasam no so. Ewuli. Say, this Singaporean businessman is engaging in fraud. I initiated criminal trial crowd etiam. Enunti, this Singaporean businessman. Eko Accra High Court. Oko NDC. Eneche no eche no cry ne. But Mr. Sh0ck demanded $3 million in the possession from his business partner, your friend, Miss Lian Liu B. Yeah, we are the business associate. So when $3 million now, Manua, Obasan wrote in jail. All these are contained in the court document. And not in Accra High Court to Transi, and a judge in your table, Mr. Debbie. Because of political power, to me hiding behind political power and subjecting an international investor to such cruelty. No, this can't happen. And my Mr. Sh0ck 24-hour ultimatum said every single dime. Yeah, what dear free this Singaporean investor home. You should return it. Aside that, Accra High Court saying on the 14th of October, the issues bordering on the violation of his human rights will be ruled on. Because according to the Singaporean investor, one, the arrest, an infringement on his human right because onye bonibia, when I watch Sika, and also be managed Jumai, and I also Wambra, or Bana what's and one. It means that arrest itself is not legal. Two, the detention, and so a violation of his human right because the detention no crown a bro Ghana, she say and other violating of human rights. On the 14th of October, the Accra High Court, jurisdiction number 10, a better case you so no really no. Now say no Mr. Sh0ck, this Singaporean businessman is seeking for $20 million as compensation for infringement of his human rights. And Nsem-Pii the Singaporean newspaper, your friend, the Singapore Business in Focus, say he will never ever advise any Singaporean investor to come into this country and invest a bra or investor. Abedis and some make a CSA. Ewo or my Ghana. Ninano moves on to the visit of the president to Singapore to who investors your mobile catcher say so $1.2 billion of investment young honeymoon so be free Singapore investors war about baby PM the multi-million-dollar question me DJ say you out there so we a Singaporean investor and I want to say oh my maybe about my mama we are to know will you listen to and someone His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Bekan during a visit in Singapore no be invest to seek or you are going to look at the ruling from the High Court and now they are taking decision on any form of investment.
Led to you coming into Ghana after all, because from the story you are telling me, you left Ghana in May 2024.
Yes.
To Singapore.
Yes.
And you came back to Ghana almost a year after. Because I saw it, I think you came back in May 2025.
Yes.
So that 1 year period is when all these things transpired.
Yes.
Then what will bring you back to Ghana in 2025 in May?
Yeah. So you see, I have invested a lot to this guy, Emmanuel Ashimo. And for me, I still see opportunity in this country. So what he told me is that, don't worry, after President Mahama win the election, he will have control of everything. So he told me that, so I was waiting for the election. So, I mean, of course, we pray for President Mahama to get elected. So it was a good news that he was elected. Mr. President is elected. And we was all happy, celebrating in Singapore, in China. And I start to, call him like, hey, Mr. Chairman, now, there is no excuse. You should give me the order. The order that already, the order that I already paid. We don't even talk about new order. We talk about the order that I already paid. You should give it to me. He started to not respond. For like months. Then I assumed that he's busy. Sure. Then suddenly he come back to me telling me that, hey, there is a petroleum investment. The government is in need of these resources. And which therefore there is a few WhatsApp correspondent that I have with him. He explaining what is the opportunity here. Then I was like, okay, sure, I hope that this time is not story, because this time President Mahama is elected already. So I came to Ghana. Then I talked to him.
So you came to Ghana on his invitation?
Yes, you're right. So he started to tell me, oh, in order to do petroleum business, you need to have a license here, which the license take about like 2 million over, and it take time to process. But he got a shortcut for me. So I said, what's the shortcut? He told me that I can just buy over a company, and I have the license, and I can straight away supply to the government. So I was like, okay. So I told him, if you are able to get the contract for me, I will buy the company. But if you don't get any contract for me, I don't see it physically, I'm not going to buy the company. So I make it very clear to him that I'm not going to invest any more money until I see something real. Then he started to, then after that I went back to Singapore again. Then he started to, message me and tell me that, oh, I negotiate with the boss of Bosch, and he started to
so you are saying that you came to Ghana, you went back to Singapore,
yes,
and you came back again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So in my life, I have come to Ghana 3 times. So that is the first 2 that I just spoken, and now I'm talking about the 3rd time, which led me into this situation.
Okay.
So, like I mentioned, I'm not okay with investing any more money until something real come out. So I told him that in the message and the call, I told him that, you see, if you can't give me any concrete thing or contract, I'm not going to give you any money. And I still pressuring him to give me the order of the ECG, that the money 10% that I paid, because I paid the deposit. You shouldn't just tell me that, oh, now it's change of government and the contract is gone. It don't make sense, right? Then
I'm sure by now you found out that ECG doesn't take 10% to give anybody contracts in Ghana.
You see, I'm not.
You found out?
I'm not sure, but that is what he tell me. I only can just.
You haven't found out yet?
I mean,
You must have found that by now.
right now, I just came out of the cells. No, I just came out of the cell. So you see, I'm trying to understand what's the situation right
Okay, so just pause over there. I'm
Yeah.
going to continue. I want to go to Bulldog because I want to know, I want to establish the relationship between you and Bulldog. Bulldog, where do you know Mr. To?
So I mean, it was recommended to me by a friend. I'm in the entertainment space, so we're always looking for investors to try and come and support what we do and also export what we do. So it's based on relationships. That's how come I landed on him. And we've had a conversation on how he's going to come here and invest in our space. That's how I come to it.
So he's a genuine businessman?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes. We were almost wrapping up what we needed to do, and all the situations came in. You understand?
Okay, so when he came to Ghana this last time,
Yes.
part of the trip was to deal with you
Exactly.
and your...
Exactly.
Okay, and then you find
Yes.
your friend in a mess.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I'm one of the sureties who secured who was back to secure his bail.
His bail.
Yes.
Okay. And you are not a flight risk. Everybody in Ghana knows you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you won't run away.
No.
Even if you run away, we'll get you.
I have nowhere to
You have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I just needed to establish that we are talking to a genuine businessman.
Yeah.
And a businessman who can afford to give $100,000 and $700,000 to somebody must be a genuine businessman. Okay. So fast forward, Mr. Ashimore, after your lawyer filed these processes, is arguing that you rather owe him and not he owing you, and that you received $3 million from both of you, your common friend, and a common friend because you started by saying that it was the Chinese lady that introduced you to Mr. Moore. And Mr. Moore is saying that the Chinese lady couldn't find his bank account, but found your bank account and transferred money to you to transfer to him. So tell us, what led to all that process? When you received $3 million and you didn't give to Mr. Ashimore?
Okay, so you see, right now this is I already filed police report as well. And the good thing is that, nobody is above the law, and law requires evidence. I just share with you something that he said. He claimed that he gave me $1.4 million USD in cash. This is the statement he told the police. I mean, let the people judge. Do you believe that he gave me $1.4 million USD in cash?